of them.
It's like the stretch
It's
limo of
Teespring.
T-shirts.
Literally any color you can think of, he can get you.
Less than 2 minutes, too.
Okay.
Wait,
What?
we were less
Brody,
than 2
what
minutes.
color you trying?
Oh, we're rolling. Oh, okay.
Oh, fantastic.
We're back. In
Another
series
episode.
2, another episode.
3 lawyers eating sandwiches.
I'm going to issue a challenge.
We are rolling. We are going.
I'm going to issue a challenge to our producers to determine what episode this is for next time so we can get back on track.
I'm going to bet and say this is 18. Jen can check that out for us. But
I'm going to say
more importantly,
15.
Oh, it's definitely not 15.
All right.
Southwest Market Cuisine. Have you ever eaten there? Just so we know. Have you ever eaten
I
there?
have not, but I'm looking at the food, and I'm very excited.
But I'm not going to wait much longer.
No, but let me say this, and you may want to already grab the first one and start making your cuts. I want to let the audience know what I've been doing the last few minutes.
Po' boy or Italian?
Start with the poor boy.
Gotcha.
Only because when we do this, before we film and eat the sandwiches, our production team likes to take some video and pictures of the sandwiches before these machines, and we are eating machines, devour these. Yeah. I've been sitting here and I'm starving. I've been watching them take pictures of these sandwiches, and I got to tell you, I don't know what they taste like yet,
They look
but
great.
they may be the nicest looking sandwiches we've had on the show this year. That's a bold statement. But you'll see when you see those images, my God, and now I am starving. And I'm kind of tempted. They have all these fresh baked cookies sitting here, and I'm so hungry, but I'm going to hold off.
No, you're fighting it.
I am fighting it. Do you see the struggle? It's real.
I'm feeling it.
But we're going to start with the poor boy. And just to let people know,
It looks very good.
this is their specialty. It is their own house-made salami, ham, bologna, American cheese,
They make salami there?
pickles, lettuce, tomato, onions, peppers, mustard, and mayo.
We could go there to see the sausage being.
You know, a lot of people don't
That's right.
realize.
Even though they tell you don't want to see it, I do want to see it.
I think I could stand seeing sausage.
I want to see the sausage being made.
I don't think a lot of people realize this, but Volpe salami, which is a national brand you get everywhere in the United States, grocery stores everywhere, is made just a couple blocks from here.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're our neighbors.
You didn't know that?
I just assumed they sold Volpe salami. I didn't know they were making it.
Oh, yeah. That's the
what do you mean?
factory.
You thought they were a sausage middleman?
No, they'll have delis that are like Boar's Head branded.
Yeah, they exactly.
No,
like
no,
they'll
I
hold
know.
Boar's Head or Thuman's.
Yeah. No, that's it.
And this got pepperoncini on it. You like that.
I do.
Mm.
Good
That's
sandwich.
good. I can't believe they make it all there.
Where? On the hill?
They said they make all the meats there.
No, I'm not saying they don't, but
Now, maybe they just mean the sandwich is homemade.
how big a company could it be for nationwide
No.
distribution?
Okay, we're conflating two things. Volpe makes it there. They may have another factory somewhere, but I think that's their headquarters. Could be wrong. But I believe the Southwest Deli Market said that they make their cold cuts on-prem. Is that right? How do you even do that? How do you make bologna?
It has it in quotes. Our own homemade. And then it says salami, ham, bologna. I mean, they're not making ham.
Wait. You know, being a lawyer, I'm surprised you fell for that.
Fall for what?
Own
I'm saying it's in
homemade
quotes, so I don't
doesn't
know.
necessarily say they make it. It's just that it's homemade and they own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yes, I do.
But also mean that they made the sandwich, not the ingredients.
I don't know.
Right.
How would you make bologna, though? Because aren't all these lunch meats processed? Do they have to, like, grind them up and, like, put them in a form?
Let me say this.
Like, is bologna a molded meat?
It is. And while you can make your own bologna, I don't think they're making their own bologna over there.
You're calling bologna on the bologna.
I am. But more importantly, that was a delicious sandwich and a great way to start this episode because I could already endorse them just on the strength of the one.
You know, I'm going to go get a hot sandwich.
Oh, what?
A hot sandwich.
Got to get a little hot in the belly. I heard their meatball sandwich is amazing. I'm hearing great things about the sauce. The room has been a buzz. There's that.
They're good-looking sandwiches. They're all clearly made with the most important ingredient, which is
Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do we want to tell people what we were doing immediately before this episode? What happened to your bib? I had it on you. You see, that's the problem with the bib. You can put it on them, but if they take the bib off, they're going to go right back to dropping food all over themselves.
I believe all prophylactic devices are like that.
Now, before we are shooting today, I can't give you any food today, Goldie. I was warned.
Are you going to give them a little preview, huh?
Yeah, well, I think we should give them a preview. As you know, we have gotten some feedback from the viewers that we're terrible human beings. Now, we can't do anything about that, but we've also gotten feedback that our set is a little bit bland, a little blah, a little boring. So we took ourselves over to the antique market across the way.
What's it called?
The antique market.
I think it's Marketplace.
It's right across the street from us. It's a really good antique store.
Criticizing us.
Our fans.
Mostly, I don't know.
It's all
fans. Love. There's a lot of rage bait out there, and I think just the very appearance of us qualifies. Anyway, the challenge was to pick things out at the Antique Mart that we could use as set decoration. And we had a very tight price point. We didn't know that going in, but every time I picked up something, Andy said, it's too expensive.
Antiques are...
Some of them were quite
expensive.
pricey.
Some were. But anyway, we did find about 7 or 8 things. And I don't know when they're going to be hung, but it could be that for the next episode...
And if you're out there, you people that criticized our set, come down here. Come down here and say it to my face.
For the second week in a row, we've got what looks to be a delicious Reuben sandwich.
Yeah, that Reuben, I will say, I saw when they were taking the pictures of that Reuben, that's what won me over.
It's good.
I said, you know what? I think we got a winner on our hands here. And I've never been to this place. And you know what? You could do an entire show eating the sandwiches of the hill.
See,
not even going out.
Yeah, you could.
They're making this meat there.
Yeah.
Let's
take
homemade?
A look.
Yeah, it does.
What homemade meat.
Well, now that does. That looks like their pastrami came right out of there.
Oh my
God. Look at this. Now this is a legitimate Reuben. This sauerkraut.
But I still, if you're out there and you want to tell me to my face, I'm right here.
Look who showed up the second the pastrami came out.
Look, no,
you
Goldie,
can't have any, Goldie. You're flying tomorrow to Florida.
No, you can't.
And they said you get the toots.
Florida?
They don't want you to have the toots on the airplane.
Tina's gone.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Vacation.
Okay.
That's good lean pastrami.
It's delicious.
That sauerkraut gives it a little tang.
That's a fantastic Reuben.
Now, what's the difference between pastrami and corned beef?
No one knows.
Well, the corned beef is obviously pickled.
Get out of here.
It's been corned.
Is there a difference between pickled and corned?
I think they're roughly the same.
No, Goldie.
And the pastrami, it tends to be heavily peppered and smoked. Wow.
So last week, and this is, I'll start before last week. I have been talking to, maybe I don't even want to say this, but I will anyway.
I'll go.
I have been trying to convince your son since, probably before he even understood it, I was trying to convince you because he always had a memory that is insane. So I tried to convince you to take him out to Vegas when he turned 21 to play a little blackjack. That never happened, but when he got old enough to understand, I started trying to convince him. Now, we still have not played any blackjack, but we were sitting around last week, and to test my theory, I said, Brody, if I were to take this deck of cards and I just 1, 2, 3, 4, drop them down, and at the end, I withhold the 50-second card. Do you think you'd know what that card was because you could categorize, inventory the cards? He said, yeah, probably. So we do it.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I'm going to show you the video.
That speed?
Yeah, I'll show you the video. It was about this speed. And the first time he got the number but not the suit correctly. And then I think he gave it some thought to how he was going to organize this in his brain. And about half an hour later, I said, hey, Brody, let's give it another go. All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right, Brody. I'm going to take all these cards.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn over 51 of them.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if you know what the 50-second card is that has not been turned over. I'm going to stop talking now.
know about it? Yeah, come on. Okay, can I step into that door thing, please? Hey, you're all right. This building is so cool. Increase the volume.
Is it 8 of spades?
God! Oh my God! What in the hell, bro?
Oh my God! Wow! I did it! That's what we need you for. Wait, did we get over
That is crazy.
Andy, did we get it? You got us.
Instantly knew what card it was. That is one of the most remarkable things I've witnessed personally.
Would speed have made a difference?
Speed made a difference somewhat, but it just happened to work. I couldn't believe it myself, to be honest.
Did you have a system set up?
Yeah, I did. So basically,
Yeah, come walk over
Grab
for
the
a
mic.
second.
Yeah.
Come over. Come on set.
You're going to make him
this
get
the
up
mic
from his
on here?
sandwich. Is this on this mic?
Okay. Goldie, you come here, sweetheart.
Goldie, get out of here.
Goldie's like, finally, I got a mic. Here, you can have my mic.
Oh, Goldie, come on. Yeah, so you look at literally, I had an organizational strategy. I had to get all the face cards checked off
Slide
in
in.
my head, so
Slide
I
in.
knew it couldn't be.
Slide in.
Oh, slide in?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Let's get this thing going. Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking. No, not now it's drooping.
Okay,
Did
you're
you
good.
use a
good now.
strategy the second time, and the first time you were just winging it?
No, the first time I wasn't winging it. I was trying really hard. I employed the same strategy for both times. However, I was more visually. How do I say this? I was more attentive and focused the second time to actually get it right. And the first time, I just happened to get the suit right, but I couldn't get the number right. And then the second time, you know, I was thinking between 3 numbers, and the first number that came to my head was 8, so I went with 8.
So he like narrowed it down. I asked him about this right after he did it, and he said in his mind he kind of saw them, 4 different suits with all the numbers below it. And as you'd go through them, it was as if he was Xing
Just checking
through
them off,
all of them. And then when it came to the end, he knew he had the suit, and he knew he eliminated all the picture cards. He was a little bit, he knew it was somewhere in the mid, between 2 and 9, but somewhere in the middle. And then, quite frankly, he admitted that at the very end, it could have been one of 2 or 3 different cards, but
Still
he knew it was
impressive.
one of those, and he nailed the right one.
If I put down a deck of 52 cards and face up right in front of you, there is no way that you could get it anywhere near as quickly as he did.
Not a chance.
It'd
Not a
take
chance.
me a long time.
No, Goldie.
And you were moving at a very good clip of doing them. I
Oh.
thought a normal, dealing cards.
We have some
pace.
breaking news.
Oh, what do we
is
got?
that?
Today is episode 17.
17? Okay.
Today's
that was
episode
by
17.
one.
All right,
That's
he's
not
only
bad.
off by 1.
There you go. So we'll play that video. It is remarkable. I mean, I think everyone who witnessed it was just sort of blown away by it. It was pretty cool.
Oh, it was pretty cool.
Now tell us some other memory feats that you've done that would be impressive.
Well, tell them about the thing from your podcast.
Honestly, yeah.
The Wrestling on the Spectrum. I got the hat. Here it is.
Yes, on Wrestling on the Spectrum, one thing that they like to do at the end of every episode is a challenge called Beat the Brain. And they put together, they never tell them ahead of time anything about it, not even a category. And it's obscure stuff. So there was an episode, and you can actually watch the clip, where a lot of these professional wrestlers had played college football. So they start rattling off all of these obscure colleges to see if he would know which professional wrestler had gone there.
Which one?
The guy couldn't even finish his questions. The second anything came out of his mouth, Brody immediately was like, give him the name of the wrestler. Wow. One after the next, obscure people, colleges I've never heard of, wrestlers I've never heard of. And he got them all. And it's like that. So every episode there is really obscure stuff. They have a lot of really good guests on there. You've had Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
You've had
Jim Ross.
Jim
Conrad
Ross.
Thompson's come on a few times.
Conrad Thompson. And these people do this for a living. You would think he knows more about their careers than they can remember about their careers.
So you don't. I think it's called an eidetic memory.
Yeah, somewhat.
Do you have a partial eidetic? In other words, do you remember days, what you were doing on certain days?
No, he doesn't have that. No, it's more facts and figures.
So what about Jeopardy? Or quiz shows? Do you do really good?
I feel like I could. Yeah, I feel like I
did. Do you watch any of those kind of shows?
I do. I watch Jeopardy.
Yeah,
it extends my mind. I feel like I could get about half the questions right, and then half the questions I have no idea the answer of.
Half ain't doing it.
You know what the difference is? Here's the thing, and it's the same thing with, because I have a pretty good memory. I don't have like the natural memory that he has, but here's what we both have in common. If we're watching Jeopardy, if we've ever known the answer to that question, we will know it and recall it instantly. Yeah. There's no gap there. So the only way we wouldn't know it is if we've never had it.
Right. So if you went through a Trivial Pursuit deck and read all of the cards once, you would be unbeatable.
He would be.
Yeah, I would be.
Yeah, he would be. I don't know that I would remember them just having read through the cards.
I found the bar exam. Anytime somebody's taking the bar exam, I give them advice that is along these lines because it helped me. So and a lot of standardized tests are like this. They repeat not the exact same question, but it will be the same concept with basically the same answer. They'll just change the names and a little bit about it.
How else could they do it?
That's right. And so if you go through on any of these standardized tests and do a lot of old practice tests, there are going to be a lot of questions on there that you don't even really have to read. You just know the answer to already. And I found that to be tremendously helpful on the bar exam.
When I took the SAT, it was like that.
Same
I found
thing.
The only prep was just take a bunch of old tests.
Which is why those tests are so stupid.
I know, exactly. I'm against standardized testing.
You know what?
Stupid.
You know what you could use it for, which might be better? Everybody says if you have a memory like yours, be a doctor. That's what they say medical school is all about.
Yeah, it's a lot of memorization. Although I'm changing my mind on the standardized tests. Because
in favor, out of favor?
Well, now I'm like, yeah, it's stupid that it works like that, but the fact that it works like that, just do it. Like, kind of life is those types of skills, finding workarounds and finding ways to.
It's true. That's why I never.
The world.
Now, his work ethic was always amazing. Like, I never had to remind him to do his homework or anything. He's on top of it. You know, my daughter, just the opposite. Yeah. You know, she's the kind like most kids.
Reminds me of Andy.
Yeah, you got to hound them. Did you get all your work done? And they always say they did, and you get the email the next day that something didn't go in. But then I think, you know what? Which skill comes up more often in life? Having to beat a deadline, having to pull an all-nighter, knowing that you can dig deep and do that. Like, to me, that comes up a lot. You want some practice with that.
Well, it also gives you the ability to I think it gives you a little bit of grace under pressure. You know, it gives you the ability to because there were times in high school and even college, admittedly, I was a good student in law school, but prior to that, I wasn't, where you would go into a test and you've never heard this information before, and you had to kind of common sense it and come up with answers that maybe got you some points. And I think it gives you the ability to sort of wing it, which a lot of life is winging it, figuring things out.
That's how I do everything. That's how I would do my videos. Life is improv, but you got to have an idea.
Improv, that's right.
But you got to have an idea where you want it to go.
Or strategy. Yeah.
Just have an idea. Now, Goldie, do you have an idea? Goldie says she was promised sandwiches.
Snack,
yeah, but it was 3 lawyers eating sandwiches.
Wait, Brody,
when you show me your law degree, you will get a sandwich.
Don't misgender the dog again, please.
I don't know. I never say never, Terry, in life. That's how I
take the MCAT or whatever.
His preferred pronouns are feed me.
Although, do you have science? Did you take a lot of science?
I didn't take any science in college.
Yeah, that would be
you want controversy or a public service announcement?
I'll do public service announcement because if you're dying to say something, I feel like you should just say it.
Oh, well, I could go either way, but public service announcement.
Here we go.
This actually, I was thinking about this. This came up over the weekend, although this was an unusual event, so I don't think this would have saved anyone there, but it is something that comes up a lot. I saw, we talked last week about Charlie Kirk, and they had a big event for him this weekend. Afterwards, the streets were littered with garbage, mostly because people didn't understand the baggage policy, the bag policy going in. So a lot of people had a bunch of stuff that they just had to leave outside on the street. street. That comes up a lot, going to concerts, sporting events. People who go to 50 games a year, they know what they can do. People who go to a concert every 2 or 3 years have no clue that most, if not all, major venues, and even minor ones, have fairly strict bag policies as to what you can bring in anytime you are going to something like that.
What do you think's really behind those bag policies?
Bombs.
No. Because
Misguided.
nobody's ever brought a bomb to a
I
stadium.
know, but I think it's misguided fear. You know, it's like it's reactionary.
95% of the bags going in are being held by women, whereas better than 95% of shootings are committed by men. So we have this huge policy that's just making life really, really difficult for women who, quite frankly, have proven that they can be trusted and that they're a peaceful people and they don't go into events and shoot things up.
That being said, make sure you Google the venue before you go, so you don't have to either not go or leave your purse
That's
outside.
all I tell people. Own a clear bag.
Clear isn't enough because there are
sometimes
size
it's
restrictions
sizes,
as well.
Okay, get a properly sized clear bag then.
It's a lot. It's stupid. It's misguided, I think.
And you know what really stinks with it, Andy, too, is that it's not easy to just bring it back to your car. These are events you may have parked a half a mile away. These women don't want to have to walk back, sometimes in heels, put their bag away. I mean, for what? You know, you're looking through their bags anyway.
Yeah.
Why do you care how big it is? It could just go right under their seat.
I guess it
like you're
saves
looking
time.
through it.
Well, but
it's
the smaller
But
bag.
if the whole thing is a waste of time, you're saving time amongst the waste of time.
Yeah, it's stupid, but we're probably not going to change the policy, but we can prevent some people who don't frequent these types of
but
events.
You know what? Maybe it's time for the power of the people to bring back a little bit of logic to these type of things, because we all want to feel safe at events.
Yeah.
But that seems onerous.
You know,
seriously.
I think it's also
you're
looking-
going through a metal detector.
It's also looking for alcohol.
Yeah, but do you think
because they want to
how
sell
many
it to
times
you?
I've watched,
See, now you've got it.
I think it's stuff like that.
I think
They
the
don't want you to
motivation
bring
is
out-
always money. It's not just alcohol.
I think that's right.
You know, the women would carry bags into games because we're trying to go on a budget. We want to bring sandwiches for our kids, something to drink,
Or like you don't want to buy a $50 beer.
Right, and you just want to bring it in because it's expensive enough as it is. This is another typical policy that hurts the American consumer and does it under the guise of safety. Well, it's not about safety. You're trying to make a few shekels.
Down with the man.
And that's it.
We going hot or cold next? I got 2 hot, 1 cold left.
Let's go hot.
That's
Could I
what
have a
thought.
cookie while we're...
I already broke into the cookies too.
Yeah. Terry, come on, have a cookie. You know you want one. Come on now.
I do.
Sometimes
I know he
it's
does.
good
I
to
don't
cleanse
have
the
to.
palate.
Of course it's good to cleanse the palate. Are you
like
kidding me?
it.
That's what we do here on Three Lawyers Eating Sandwiches. We cleanse
the palate.
palates.
There you
That's
go.
right.
With cookies.
That's right.
A different way of doing it.
Holy, what are you doing?
Well,
That's right. We're really just palate cleansers.
Now, how do we take your memory,
Acting
other
as
than going
lawyers.
to Vegas, and come up with a way to make some money with it?
I have no
What's wrong with
idea.
Vegas?
I think
It's totally legal.
That's totally
just going to Vegas.
That's
is
the-
best.
Actually,
All right,
or we
well.
could just go downtown.
That's true too. When did that happen? When did it become that you can gamble everywhere? It just very kind of quietly crept in. The very definition of a slippery slope, right? The original people who opposed it said, "Oh, this is a slippery slope," and man, were they right on this one.
Well,
we
you don't
slippery
know.
sloped ourselves right into half the town is going to go bankrupt gambling.
But
That's
I
right.
think that you don't even realize how prescient that is, because if you, I don't know if we talked about this previously, but the manosphere, which is what often is referred to as sort of the conservative influencers, and extends beyond conservative influencers, but for some reason there seems to be a lot of this major gambling. Like Dana White is part of that crowd.
Yes.
I mean, Steve will do it. I mean, they gamble in the millions of dollars
Michael
on
Jordan,
things.
Charles Barkley, you name them.
But it used to be like you knew them all. It was Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley. There were a couple of people that were known to be big gamblers. Now there's an enormous number of them, and the problem is they can afford it, right?
Yep.
I think. But I think it filters down to their audience, and you see all of these sports gambling sites and casino, like gaming sites. I think there is an enormous gambling addiction problem rising up, bubbling to the surface in this country that we've not quite seen yet. I don't think it's risen to the level of everybody realizing, oh my God, what have we done here?
Yep.
But it's not going to be long.
But all the casinos say if you have a gambling problem,
Come here.
No, but honestly, I hate to say it, but in our
gambling
country,
problem, welcome.
our country
is built on
listen,
vices.
it is built on vice. Our economy is a vice-based economy. We base it on getting fat with food and then losing weight from food. We base it on alcohol, cigarettes.
Looks very good, but
We now have a dispensary on every corner, and now we're going to have every way that you can gamble under the sun without even leaving your bedroom. You used to have to go to Vegas or Atlantic City, and that's what we do here. That's how we make money. We don't create any product. We create vice.
The quality of the meat looks very good. This looks like a very good
Maybe that's their whole deal. Maybe
Now
that's
you can
what
go on
makes them
FanDuel or
special.
Go
DraftKings
figure.
and
Good
parlay
bread
that.
and good meat makes a good sandwich.
Oh my God, look what's in my sandwich. It says made by number 6.
Stan Musial?
That's good. That's really good.
Have there been any other famous number 6s?
Not as famous as that.
I have
Joe
no
Torre
idea. What
has
is
his
that?
number 6 retired with the Yankees.
That's right.
Ham and beef. Number 6-inch H&B Dell.
Wow.
Somebody tell me what that is. You got a
LeBron
menu over
James
there?
wore number 6 with the Heat. What's going on, Andy?
What sandwich is this? It says it right there. I think it's H&B, it says. Ham and beef,
Ham
maybe?
and beef delight.
Yep.
What
And it
Ham,
is a delight.
roast beef, and Provel cheese served on hot garlic bread.
Yeah.
It's very good. I like that a lot. The beef reminds me a little. You remember those, like, was it Lancashire roast beef sandwiches, the microwave ones?
You can get at bars
Yeah, this is a much better sort of homemade version of that.
and bowling alleys.
When's prostitution going to be legal in this country? Because I feel like that's the last vice, and they're getting close with all this OnlyFans stuff and Patreon and all these other fan sites. I mean,
It's so dumb that it's not.
it is kind of dumb right now. I mean, you have anything that if you did it for free, it's perfectly legal. But if you do it for $10,
Right.
it's become illegal. Now, how can that be?
It's silly. It's a silly. And the worst part is, all of the people making laws who are supposedly so against it some of them are quite often frequenting.
Yeah, their names are showing up
It's silly.
on
It's
customer
silly.
lists
I
left and
just
right.
saw something
Yeah.
where they're saying the average number of sexual encounters for adult in the United States has gone way down.
Oh, I can believe it.
Well, that's true.
I mean, a huge percentage.
You mean
I mean,
the number of partners?
no,
right?
just a number of times.
Really?
I can
And,
believe it.
and for the certain groups of the
Maybe that's why everybody's so
of
angry.
young men, a lot of
That's
them
right.
haven't had sex for a year.
Incels, they call them.
Yeah.
No, not over
There's
a year.
never been
ever.
less sex in the United States.
Well, but it
than there
makes
is
a lot of
Really?
sense because there are a lot of people who just don't leave their homes anymore, and don't know how to talk to other human beings. That's a real problem.
true.
Like, I think a generation ago, learn to code, be a programmer. That's going to be so valuable. No, just learn how to be able to communicate with another human being and have a conversation. And
Well,
I think that's going to be one of the biggest
a lot of
skills.
It's also that a lot of women are going to college now, more so than men. And
That's been going on
they're
for a
just
while.
not interested in the men that
But you
they
would
have to
think.
choose.
But you would think that at college, if you have a nice mix of men and women, and you have 4 years to be there, and you don't have class that often. I mean, you
I
got
think
time.
women have gotten a lot more picky.
I agree with that, Terry. That is a very accurate statement.
I think that's, and you've said a lot of crazy stuff. That's crazy.
No,
Oh, you think I have?
I don't think that statement was.
No, I think women are. I think that's a fact.
You think
I
women
think
are
it is.
pickier?
I think
Yes.
they're much pickier.
That's crazy.
I would never know because I still always make
And
the cut.
a lot of guys don't go to college now. The numbers.
I don't
have
think it has
reversed.
anything to do with women being pickier.
I think it is. They have higher standards. They don't want to be with somebody if they're in college. They don't want to date a guy that's not in college.
Well, but there's plenty that are in college. I don't know that qualifies them as being picky.
Well,
I mean,
I know.
two-thirds,
I'm
you
just
know.
saying there's less opportunity for people to.
Yeah, listen,
to meet.
whatever it is, I'm sure it's a combination of a lot of reasons. All of those probably contribute to it.
I think there's plenty of opportunity. I think a lot of people just don't take those opportunities. I think a lot of people stay in their home, they're online.
Wouldn't you think, though, that with the proliferation of things like Tinder, you would think that it would increase the amount of promiscuity just because, yes, you're in your room.
Is there any more of that one?
But you can basically DoorDash a woman.
Or is that
Oh,
called?
God.
Or a man,
Oh, boy.
I think
if that's what you're into.
Okay.
I think that that's
Well,
a bad
that's not going
slice.
to happen.
What is that?
He
That's
wants
the same
another
sandwich.
slice of the last
Wow,
one.
folks. Terry Crouppen has asked for seconds of the ham and beef.
never asked for seconds at Ed's house.
That's right. You could not get a bigger endorsement from
Thank
him.
you.
I've
That
been
was a
asking
very
him
good sandwich.
for over 2 years whether he likes a sandwich. Not 6 years now. We start at 7. We did our first episode when it was a web series back in
I
18.
remember episode 13 of season 1.
That was a winner.
Oh,
I think it was stacked. Let's look that up and see how
No, that
good
would be-
old my
America-
memory is.
America-
That would be impressive. I don't.
I think we're going to go Italian and take it home with the
You know,
meatball.
on that report you get,
When
Drink
we
some-
did,
drink some
when
water.
it was a
Your
web
weekly
series, what
report.
episode 13 was?
Clear your palate a little bit. We're palate
Clear my
clearers taking
palate.
here.
All right.
What is this next
The
one?
weekly report,
your
yeah.
weekly report you get
What
from
is the next
Apple
one, Andy?
Yeah.
about how many hours a day you're on your phone.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
get that report.
Yeah, I don't either.
No,
I don't
I
wanna
opt
know.
out of it. I don't want
What
to
is
know.
that?
My screen
kidding
time is
me?
off because the problem is I don't want to know. It's depressing, and so much of what I do, a lot of my work is done on my phone.
All of my work is done on the phone.
Yeah,
Shan, can I get a little
this is an Italian sandwich.
Yes.
Oh,
me
okay,
ask you
now
this.
now this one is
What
a
do you-
special for the day.
What do you think mine is?
Yes. This is a special for the
6
day.
hours per
Italian
day.
sub.
How much do you think yours would be?
8 hours per day.
Me, during the day I'm not on my phone that much, but at night I will scroll for a solid 3 hours.
Sure.
So I would say 3 hours a day is my number.
Oh, but it's higher than that.
No,
See, that's terrible.
Because don't you check on emails and stuff? It is
yeah,
terrible.
but 3 hours a day.
I would.
Because I have to say it's largely
Porn.
unproductive.
Oh,
If I could go back
do you
in
consider
time,
porn unproductive?
I don't watch.
if I could go back in time
Oh my God.
and change one thing,
Guys, you think people remember that we're not just guys eating sandwiches, but we're actually a law firm that handles injury cases?
you think the podcast has gotten so big they forgot about our roots?
Have they forgotten about this man, 45 years on the television, telling people that we don't get paid unless you get paid? Do you think they know that?
Tell them.
We don't get paid if you don't get paid.
There you go. You've been hurt? Call us. Now back to the podcast.
If I could go back in time
Oh my God.
and change one thing, like, you know, they talk about you could go back in time and kill Hitler or whatever. I think I'm going straight back and figuring out a way so that the internet is never invented. I think it has
I think that'd be
destroyed humanity.
Maybe.
What would-
And you know, it's
wait,
amazing.
Wait. You can accept the thought of time travel, but you don't think that I'd be able to prevent the internet?
No, I don't.
But I can time travel.
How would you prevent the internet?
I don't know. How would you time travel? I think if you
I
can
don't
figure
know
that
if you
part
could have
out.
prevented
I
the
think they're
internet.
both
Here we
impossible.
go. Terry, here's your cup. Let me hand it to him.
Where would you go back to?
Yeah, hand me my sandwich and my drink.
Al Gore.
Oh, Al Gore. That's right. Former Vice President of the United States.
the,
Ran for president in 2000.
1997 is credited with when Wi-Fi was invented, or when it became, I
There we
guess,
go.
released. Isn't that crazy to think of how recent that is?
Yeah.
It's such a reason. No, here's one that
John
got me.
Cantillon would love this sandwich. He
Yes,
loves
that's a
an
perfect
Italian sandwich.
combo.
we
Let
go.
me ask you this: did you know that Post-it notes didn't exist before 1980?
Wow.
That's talk about something that's like it seems not only pervasive, but it seems old. Like it seems antiquated. Who's using Post-it notes? And to think they didn't even enter the picture until 1980. That's crazy.
It is
They're
crazy.
expensive too. I just bought some.
What do you use them for?
I don't nothing yet.
Notes.
I seem to have a interest in accumulating little notebooks and pens.
I think you have it in your head that you're a fountain of ideas, and that the only thing preventing these great ideas from emerging is that you're not recording them at the moment you're thinking of them.
It could be.
So you surround
There are
yourself
things
with
I would
notes.
like to remember. Yeah.
Everyone likes the idea of writing stuff down. I just don't have much to write.
You know what? Honestly, I use my notes app I would put it in the top 10 apps that I use.
Oh, easily.
I put a lot in my notes.
Oh, everything.
I just wish it
put
was
so
easier
much.
to type.
Well, you don't have to type.
I
you
voice to text.
I do, but I don't know.
You got to enunciate.
Yeah,
What's
you
this?
really
Why'd
do.
they bring me one of
Yeah,
these?
So now we'll go to
that's mine.
controversy.
I had Jen
I
bring me
gotcha,
over.
We got the public service. And here's controversy.
Here we go.
Not that controversial,
He's
but,
chomping at the
some
bit.
people.
Oh, I'm shopping.
And Brody, you'll like this.
Okay.
So this year, Arch Manning was, I think, the top NIL person, or is, and maybe
Yeah, he's
the
one
top
of the top
in history.
ones. Yeah, Andy.
And I think he got, last I checked, it was right around $7 million. I think it is totally important for these kids to get the money, and fair and correct. What I think is a big mistake is to let them have it all. And a lot of people say, well, you can't make these rules, but the NCAA has a lot of rules about a lot of things.
For a long time, they couldn't get a nickel.
Right.
So
I think that there should be a rule.
So you'd have to put it in a bank account or something.
It should be in an annuity. You should not be allowed to have access without maybe, just like any of these special trusts, if there's an emergency, a medical issue with the family, whatever, you can go to a judge and maybe get more. But I think $100,000 in excess of any scholastic expenses, books, tuition,
what's your concern?
I just don't think that it is
waste
healthy for a 19-year-old kid in college to have $7 million a year.
What about a singer?
Yeah, or
What do you mean?
Well,
Olivia Rodrigo was that age. I'm just using an example.
Young actors.
It is, but it's not governed by the NCAA, which has a lot of rules for its collegiate athletes.
Yeah, but who follows them, Andy? That's
Well,
the thing. The NCAA doesn't really have any enforceable rules.
Well, that would be one of them. And if you're Olivia Rodrigo, you're one person. But if you have a massive number of people on a whole football team and they all have millions of dollars or worse, one does, and then there's a lot of pressure from the teammates to buy people things.
How do you think it's going to impact performance on the field? Because really, that should be the bigger concern. You do worry that people make too much money too quickly. Does that motivate them because they think, man, this is great, I want to do this for a living, they work harder? Or do they get fat and lazy because they think it's all the money in the world and they don't realize you're 19, that money's going to run out quickly?
And I'll tell you the impact.
I think there's some of that, Ed, but I think it's also, if you're running around spending this money, traveling, private jets, all that kind of stuff, I think that's a distraction from the sport itself. But how many of these kids are never going to go to any sort of professional sport?
Most of them.
But are marketable. There are a lot of people making
Archie Manning, I think, is a great example. We have no idea. I mean, he hasn't exactly set the world on fire.
He probably does, but he may not. But there are a lot of kids making
Let me
seven
tell you
figures.
this. His name was good enough to get him
Yeah.
to a college and good enough to get him NIL deals. Nobody's handing him a job as an NFL quarterback if you don't have the goods, period.
That's right. But and he made $7 million this year that, I don't know anything about him. It may be gone by the end of the year. Maybe he's smart about it. But a lot of these kids making seven figures will never make a nickel again playing sports.
That's true.
And you could set them up for life by just saying, you can have $100,000 a year, blow it on anything you want. The rest goes into an annuity until you graduate from college or until you're 25 or whatever, something reasonable. I just think handing a kid who's that age $7 million is, I think you run the risk of alcoholism and drug addiction.
Well, these teams deal with it all the time. We had asked Cam Jansen about it.
Yeah.
What do they do to make sure that even just professional athletes, you're only going to play for a limited number of years. Even the best athletes, you're lucky if you get a 15-year career.
Right.
And you're going to try to make all the money you're going to make the rest of your life. And it sounds like a lot, but you pay taxes, you pay agents, you pay lawyers, you pay managers. And then you got to hope that that money is going to last. But he said that the teams all have like amazing financial planning people that are constantly working with the players.
You have to choose to work with them.
Well, that's the thing is, listen, if somebody's going to blow through their cash and mess up their life, there's nothing I can do for them. And I don't feel like it's my obligation to do anything for them.
It's different at a college because it impacts the college itself, and you're all on a campus. It's just not good. I just think it's bad for each of the universities, for the sports programs, for the culture of the college. It's just there's no good that can come from handing a 19-year-old kid $6-7 million or $1 million.
Yeah, but don't you think the same thing's true with gambling? generally in our society.
Right, but we're
I mean, people spend money that they don't have.
Yeah.
There's a lie. It's very common.
That's right.
And yet we allow them to do that.
But that's different because these are adults, individuals, not kids who have been handed millions of dollars while they're in college, trying to study. I just see a difference with it being these collegiate athletes.
Just to further the argument, people that go to casinos have families, have children.
They do, but there's
They
no
spend-
governing body of gamblers. You know what I mean? There's no. It's not like
I mean,
you're
it's
all
a-
members.
But you got the gaming commission. The
It's a-
gaming
it's
commission
again-
could
You're
have.
not a
strict
member of
rules.
that.
It's against our version of our free society. And freedom. You have the freedom to to mess your life
But what
up.
about the other rules that colleges and universities impose?
We
I mean,
can't say.
Remember, there are a lot of other rules that they impose on you.
Honey, there'd be a lot of rules in society that you could make. What about driving gas guzzler? I mean, there's all kinds of ways we could make our
And we
world
do.
much better, and we really.
Yeah, but
I mean, let me say this: it's absolutely a problem. I think it may just be one of those things that comes with the decision to have it in the first place.
Yep.
I don't know. I just think I don't think it's as outside of the realm of acceptable as because it is the NCAA. There is a governing body of the
there's no
sport
question.
they play that is charged with maintaining.
Listen, we do.
Claims to
Listen,
be
I
charged
think
with
it's fair to
maintaining
mention
the integrity
we do
of
have
the
something
sport.
similar in the legal system for minors who get settlements. Just so you know, he's not coming out of nowhere.
That's right.
When we settle a claim and it involves a minor, quite often, not 100% of the time, but most of the time, they require that the money be court approved, that a child not have access to
Goes
it.
into a restricted account until they're 18.
Till they're
That's
an
right.
adult.
It would clearly be a good idea.
You hate microphones.
No, it's just to reach anything.
It's hard to eat around the microphone, and yet we do it. It's just one of the challenges.
Yeah, anyway.
Now, just to fill you guys in, not that anything interesting happened, but everyone may recall my journey through motor vehicles license bureau.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go back this morning. I had a title.
Same place?
No, I'm not allowed in that location.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm not.
That was a permanent
That was a
ban, you
permanent
think?
ban. I can't go back to the
No.
Depere location. They
How
said
would they know?
it wasn't. How would they know? I will share a separate story on that
wow.
in just a moment. But I'll just say that this morning I went to the location in Creve
There's a
Coeur.
picture of him up.
And in Creve Coeur, I had to title 2 new vehicles because I had gotten one and I got one for Brody and we
Yeah.
were doing it. So what was really cool
He
is, first
should
of all,
probably get his money held.
they did.
Yeah.
They did a fabulous job. The woman there was highly competent, smooth, organized. I loved how she did her work. And because we were getting new license plates, and because we were doing 2 cars at once,
Oh, I know where you're going.
we have sequential license plates.
Oh, that's great.
How cute is that?
wonderful.
We
I
didn't
love
have
it.
to order them. We'd have to personalize them.
Now, the meat of the matter, the separate story that we're about to go into.
Well, now your question was about getting banned. All I can tell you is, I've been banned from a few places in my life, and I was banned from the ground round in New York.
Wait, we gotta tell that story.
I won't tell the whole story of why I got banned.
Was the ground round like the one we had here? in
Yeah, it was
France?
just like a restaurant. Yeah, like a Bennington, Bennigan's or Fridays. So the ground round banned me, and when they banned me, I was there on a Thursday night. It was wing night. I was there with my buddies from high school, what have you, and they banned me. I saw my father that Sunday. Not even that Sunday. It was a Sunday or two later. It was his visitation. And he's like, "You want to get lunch? We'll go to Ground Round." I didn't want to tell him that I had gotten banned. So I took it in my head, they're never going to know. It'll be a different crew working. I was here with buddies on a Thursday night. Now I'm going to be with an adult male, my father.
And that's not how it went, was it?
They're not going to recognize me. They're not going to do anything. I went with my father. We sat down. We ordered our drinks. It wasn't 2 minutes, and a manager came over, and it was not the
No
manager
soup
that
for you.
banned me. And they came right over in front of my father and said, "Weren't you permanently banned from this restaurant?" And I said, "Well, and my dad looked at me like, "Well, they must be making a mistake," and was surprised when I said, "Let me explain what happened." And he just wanted it, like this. I gave my version of the story, and the manager said, "I understand. You guys can enjoy your meal today, but then you can't come back."
So you've never been back.
That's it. I was banned.
I
and
bet
they
it's
remembered.
no longer open.
No, they're out of business. And you know what? Every time I go back and I drive past where they used to be, I say, that's what you get.
Well,
just like that. I don't curse. I just say, you see, and that's what you get.
Can't have
because
a
let me say
without
this.
customers.
Listen, I was not a hooligan in high school. I was not a rule breaker.
What did you do?
Okay, you want to know what I did?
Well, yeah.
Okay, this is what got me banned. So we went to, we were sitting in a corner booth. We had 6 of us shoved into a space that at best should have only had 5 people. But you know how you're a teenager, you're happy just to be there.
This is bad.
When they came to take our order, I ordered my food.
Come here. Yeah.
Everybody else ordered, but one person at our table was not ordering food. And the waiter said, everybody needs to order something. We don't allow any loitering. And if you're here, you got to order. And I said, well, hold on a second. I said, 5 of us just ordered food, and we're at a table for 5. They said, but this person is here, and they didn't order anything. I said, he doesn't have any money. He's not hungry. What do you care? Like, we're ordering. It's not going to change anything. It doesn't make any sense. Gave me trouble. So then I said to him, I said, now listen, you're telling me that if this were the middle of a lunch hour and we were businessmen in suits sitting around a table and somebody wasn't ordering something, you're going to force them to order it, or you're doing it because we're teenagers? Because I was always a lawyer, folks, always. And he said, stop being a wise blank. And I said, well, stop being an a-hole. And that's when he went and got the manager and said, this guy called me an a-hole. I want him out of here. And the manager, without even hearing the stories of the facts, banned me. Now, my friends, just to show you who they were, you'd have thought they'd all gotten up with me and we all walked out together in solidarity. No, they made themselves much more comfortable now because they had 5 at a table for 5. I didn't drive a car. My friend had driven me. I went outside the restaurant because there's a window at their booth. I'm looking in the whole time, and my buddies are sitting there dancing with their wings in their hand, taking bites and laughing at me. That's what I get for defending my friends, and I still went on to become a lawyer to defend people. So, yeah, that's how I got banned from the ground round. Champion of justice, persecuted.
That's right.
You ever get banned?
I can't think of anywhere I've ever been banned from.
I got a word from the marketing team earlier. They'd like to ban you from all future marketing meetings.
That's right.
You were not happy today, apparently.
Me?
But I heard you must not have been happy.
No, I wasn't unhappy at all. They weren't happy with me. But
Why?
Oh, I don't think it's appropriate to go into here.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Good meatball. That's good meatball.
All right.
Is there any way someone would run into my office refrigerator and grab me a LaCroix, please?
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
He loves, like, wait. Should we
That's
tell the
interesting.
limousine story? Because isn't that another one we need to be lawyers? Is that not?
No.
You know, I don't know. I
I'll
thought
save that. I can't,
I may have
I can't go
misheard.
through all my good ones on
Did
one
you
day.
just say the word limousine?
Yeah.
That's something I've been thinking about this. You do not see limousines anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
They're gone.
What happened?
I don't know. Gone.
Folks, if anybody knows what happened to limousines,
And the white dog poop from the 70s.
yeah. Now that I read an article about.
Yeah.
White dogs too.
You never heard the
Sarah
Sarah
Silverman.
Silverman had a song, "Whatever Happened to the White Dog Poop from." Remember
It used to be-
when I was younger? I remember this.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, dog poop turned white,
If
and
it
when you
wasn't
saw
picked
dog,
up and it dried
Yeah.
out, it dried out white.
No, I've heard of that.
And I think it was some additive, either now in the food or then in the food. It was something like that.
The additive in the food, plus the fact that people do a better job picking up after their dogs. In the 1970s, when we were growing up, that wasn't even a thing. It was
Right.
nature. If your dog took a crap
You know what?
outside, that's
right.
where it
When's the
belonged.
last time you stepped in dog shit?
Me?
Today.
You don't
did?
say.
Yeah,
you
because
don't
the dogs
really?
had an accident in the house.
But you,
wow.
but
Stepped
you
in it?
rarely.
I was on the verge of stepping in it,
That
but
used to
somebody
be a
else
much
stepped in
more
it then.
common. You know what's also when I was a kid, people got their hands caught in car doors.
Yeah, you talk. I don't know why that doesn't happen,
It
I
doesn't
slammed the
happen
door on
at all.
somebody's hand before. I wasn't proud
but
of
it doesn't happen. It,
But
I
it
felt
used to,
like
everybody
Yeah.
had it happen to them.
Now, another thing which fascinates me is people used to.
That's really true. I'm just thinking about. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
isn't
I'm
that
just thinking
weird?
about what you said. I'm like processing it. And that's really true.
Maybe
what
it
happened?
happened enough that people
So
are now
what were you gonna
careful.
say? People
Because
used
doors
to.
are
Well,
still.
I don't know what it was like where you grew up, but here in St. Louis, I felt like when people had dogs, a lot of people just open the front door and let the
talking
dog
about
out the
dog.
front door. And the dog came back when the dog was ready to come back. That
not
was
golden.
very, very common,
Debbie
I think.
Sue.
You don't see that as much?
Oh, no.
No, who do you know that would just open their front door and let their dog out?
I don't know.
And the dog will come back when the dog
Nobody-
feels like
nobody,
it
Andy.
doesn't
they
happen.
used to let your kids go out
Yeah,
for the
you
day,
did.
and
Yeah.
you don't do that anymore.
No, but at
Debbie,
least-
our dog would leave in the morning.
Every dog
with
would.
the dog next door, Daisy.
They do
a
their
big,
thing.
Big black dog, and they would be out. They would go to school.
That's not an important
all the
detail.
School would see. The kids would. She go. Debbie was known all over Clayton.
Yeah,
because she was all over Clayton.
But I think a lot of people
Little
just
whore.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people just let their dogs out.
You know, Jen. You know a few Debbies in your time, don't you? Come
Debbie
back.
does
Thank
Clayton.
God she was spayed.
Yeah. Now
She'd have been dropping a litter every couple
I
of
got
months.
one more public service announcement.
All right, I'm ready for this.
This is a very, very, very big day of public service announcements.
I like that.
Kissing bugs are in Missouri.
What are they?
Oh, this is
They're
what you
these
think
little
has
bugs.
infected me.
Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking of it. Because they're just little bugs, right? But apparently they have a tendency to get in your homes and like crawl on you while you sleep. It's one of those versions of, you ever hear that the average person eats like 12 spiders a year while they, whatever. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, so
I hope I'm below
if
the
you
average.
have them, for whatever reason, they will lay excrement. It's tiny. It's probably
They're bugs.
invisible.
That's what they do.
On you. And if you rub it in your eyes or
Lovely.
it gets in your eyes, there are parasites in their excrement that can cause something called, I think it's pronounced Chagas disease. Eventually, these parasites work their way into your heart and can actually be fatal. This is I think a subtropical disease, originally Central and South America, but it's made its way to the United States. It's in like 32 states now.
Because I was thinking we didn't have enough to worry about.
I think it's very rare, but one of the things that people see initially sometimes is this like sort of blown up eye. Your eye is
This is why he thinks this is what I have.
And I am concerned that Ed is incubating these parasites, and I've been begging him
What,
to
do you
go.
need a blood test?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think it's very curable, but I think it can also be very, very serious if
How long
left
does it take?
untreated.
Because this has been months and months.
I don't know, but every day we
Mr.
wait.
Herman,
Yeah.
we didn't catch it in time.
You got it. If you had only listened to Andy 3 months ago, and then again 2 months ago, and then again 1 month ago, and
Yeah.
1 week ago, when he said, "Did you
ever
get it
see
checked
these
out
giant
yet?"
things I get on my algorithm, like an animal that'll have a giant like growth, and the bird flies over and pecks at it, and it drains.
Oh, that's
No.
That's
No.
AI, I think.
That doesn't
Terry,
sound
my
real.
God.
That's disgusting.
but it looks
If
real.
you've ever wondered who has the most disgusting algorithm
Yeah.
in the world, it's Terry.
I guess I must.
My
That's
algorithm's
the problem.
very
Is
messed
if you
up.
even watch one of those,
Yeah.
you're going to get all of them.
Whoa. Let's not gloss over that meatball sandwich.
Delicious meatball sandwich.
It's really,
I
really
thought
good.
I was already full and wasn't even going to eat anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't even think we had any left. Then you handed me a meatball sandwich, and now that meatball sandwich doesn't exist anymore.
How
It's
many
gone.
reviews does this place have? Because this is truly a hidden gem.
This is a hidden gem, and the cookies were good too.
Can you make
Southwest, is it
a
Market?
meatball cube?
Yeah, Southwest Market Cuisine.
That'd be cute, wouldn't
A
it?
meatball cube?
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, listen to this.
I think you could. You could make anything out of meat.
414 reviews, 4.9 stars. It is a crime it's not 5.0.
No,
This
but
place,
4.9 I think has more credibility than 5.0.
I agree. Really, truly great sandwiches.
Do those
Great,
things
great sandwiches.
Mean anything?
Oh, they
Yes,
do.
a
They
lot.
definitely do. You seem like the kind of guy that's
No,
never
no,
made his
no,
own
no,
dinner
no.
reservation.
No, no.
Have you?
Oh, I bet he has.
About what?
Have you ever made your own dinner reservation online?
Little
Not calling the
ASMR
place. I
for
mean
you.
online.
No.
No.
For people that make a lot of reservations online, and you go, especially if you're going to a city you're not familiar with, man, those reviews make a huge
No,
difference.
I didn't mean that. But do you really think it's really a good judge of the quality of the restaurant?
It depends
don't
if
you
there's
think they
enough
ask
reviews.
for-
I think if you know how to use them
Yes,
properly.
if you take the time to decipher them a little bit.
Yeah.
Like most people, if they're gonna go beyond just looking at the number and the volume, more people are likely to read the 1-star reviews than the 5-star reviews.
Yeah,
I think people want to know, all right, what's the worst that's going to happen here? What's the dark side? And you know what's sad? As a society, we're more likely to believe what the 1-star person says than what the 5-star person
it's
says.
human nature.
It is, and it's an ugly, ugly part of
And
human
you notice
nature.
when anybody ever comments that's human nature, it's always something negative.
Well, yeah, I think
We're horrible as humans.
We are. What else do you call it? If it's that common amongst the species, then you have to say it's human nature. It must be built into us because you have people that have never met each other, all with same behavior.
We're poisoning our home.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
voluntarily.
We probably
we're poisoning our bodies for
Voluntarily,
sure.
of course.
Voluntarily.
We just did right here at this meal.
You know, can we get an update on the new couch? We talked about it last time. How is it?
it's okay.
Is it a queen or a king? That was a subject of controversy at the last
Queen
episode.
or king mattress? Do
It's
we know?
not the most comfortable couch.
Yeah, but you don't sit on it, right?
No.
So it's just, is it not comfortable
Is
to
it
look at?
aesthetically pleasing?
It's comfortable to look at.
It's nice looking.
Has anyone sat on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure when I say sat, like for
Nobody-
20 minutes or longer.
Maybe, but nobody has complained.
Can I nap on that? Is it a good napping couch? I like a napping couch.
Only one way to
I
find
don't think
out.
so, but come over and talk.
Damn. I'll try it. I can nap just about anywhere.
Yeah,
but-
I know. That's one of your superpowers.
Thank
you can
you.
nap anywhere.
Really?
Thank you.
Oh yeah, watch it
my God.
versus naps.
Wait till you
folks.
see. Wait, you got to see this contraption that I was
You take
wearing
a-
on the
do you-
airplane.
Do you take a lot of
I did.
naps?
Oh wait, no, I haven't even seen
I
this
make
yet.
it-
This
I
is
make an effort to. You wait till you see this contraption that I was wearing on the airplane to try to sleep.
Oh, Jesus.
Have you ever seen? I'm just going to show it to you.
Do you remember the thing when you got that pillow, that big airplane pillow that blows up?
Yes.
Of course, you got it from me. And that's a great device. That's a great piece of equipment.
What it's
Just
like
looks
a pyramid?
crazy. Yeah, it's like sort of a wedge
Yeah,
that
I
you
remember that.
Yeah.
So
Terrifying to
talk
seat
amongst
mates.
yourselves while I'm locating.
I haven't seen this picture yet. I'm looking forward to this because some of the contraptions he comes up with are quite.
Wait, is this something
nifty.
you bought, or is it a contraption you made?
No, I bought it.
Oh,
this
he
is
bought it.
and this is the what it's for.
It's not a neck pillow, I'm assuming.
No, this is almost looks like I'm being taken hostage and being transported to another country. You're not
Salvador.
gonna
Hey,
believe
when did
this thing.
Southwest change the?
I believe the changes are already in effect for anything you're booking after January 1st.
Okay.
So
what does that mean?
No longer open
because it's not
seating.
open seating anymore.
Yep.
You gotta it's like every other airline.
Yeah, they want to be like every other airline. Let's not be different.
I wonder
Let's
what
be like
happened.
every other airline.
Here
Don't
it
you
is.
wonder what happened?
I know what happened.
Can you see this? That's attached.
Are
to
you tethered to the seat?
tethered to the seat?
Yes.
So are you leaning
Here, I don't-
forward?
Here, I think that's the
You
camera.
look like Hannibal
That can't be good
Lecter.
for your neck.
No, that's the thing is it can be because what it does is it holds you in place. You can let your body relax, let your head even dip down, and it will just suspend it there in air so it's not like on the guy's
He
shoulder
looks
next
like
to you.
Hannibal
Let me
Lecter.
tell you this. If I sat down next to you in that device,
I would want to move.
number one, I am taking a lot of pictures and sending them to people and making fun of you for the entirety of the flight.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to move.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to
So,
take the pictures
all right.
and move. I don't want to sit
There's
next to
never
a
been a
lunatic like
better
that.
argument for why I should wear
Did you
this on
fall
every
asleep?
flight.
Did you fall asleep?
No, I didn't fall asleep with that
No.
stupid thing on my
Oh,
head.
you couldn't fall
You know,
asleep.
if you
I wasn't
get
able
on a
to, but I think a longer flight maybe. I'm going to try it out again. I haven't given up yet.
I saw this guy on TikTok who did this thing on Southwest because, for now, you sit wherever you want, where he would look at the people in the aisle as they pass and just be like,
Yeah. The
like,
problem is
And nobody would sit
and
down.
no one would sit because he's an insane person. Yeah.
until you get that other insane person that takes him
It's
up
a
on
risk.
it, and then he's got that flight. Best trick
That
I've
eye
ever
mask
seen.
is the version.
Now
of-
you've
is the
seen
version of
in
that.
my video that I did Air versus airplanes, I offered some tips on saving that middle seat, but I saw the greatest one pulled off by this Indian woman, and her background nationality is relevant to how she did it. She goes on a Southwest flight, and as soon as she sits down, she brought out a tub of Indian food, opened it up, it wafted, and she pulled out a fork, and it was clear that she was intending to eat this Indian meal, and everybody walked right by her. And as soon as they did, she put the cover back on, put the food away, never ate it, and had the middle seat, empty.
You know what
and
you
I
do?
thought that was just brilliant. She played on everybody else's.
Yeah, or you
You know?
do just get a gallon tub of mayonnaise and just put it on your tray and just sit there with a spoon.
Start spooning the mayonnaise.
Yeah, and I think
but
people
then
are
that
gonna
counts
say,
as your carry-on.
That person's crazy.
Oh, speaking of which, great invention. I'll have to look up who makes it. So I saw this online and I bought it and I used it and it worked. It worked just like they said it would. So you know how you're limited with your carry-ons. You have your larger piece that goes above you and the smaller piece in the seat in front of you. What this guy did was he made a hoodie that's just a jacket. You just put it on. But built into the back is a zippered compartment. You can put whatever you want in there. It's like having a third carry-on. And when it's zip closed, nobody says boo to you. It's just your jacket. You walk right on like it's nothing.
I have my travel vest.
The travel vest, same idea. I've seen your vest, and it is
How much
amazing.
stuff do you need on an airplane
But
with you?
you know what?
It's
I don't
not
want to
that
check
you
a
need
bag.
It's stuff you can carry.
I don't want to check it back either.
It's more room to carry on the plane.
Sounds like a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but you know what, though? It comes in handy. And, you know what it is? I love beating a system.
Yes.
It's just built into me.
Yeah.
You see a system with rules, and it's not like I'm a rule breaker, but I just want to know. I'm like the Velociraptor in the first Jurassic Park. I'm always testing out the fence to look for the weak pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm full. I'm tired.
Can I apologize to you? I have burped 7 times during this episode.
Is
All
that
small.
accurate?
Yeah, all small, all sort of semi under my breath, but all of them audible.
But this is a medical issue you cannot control, correct?
I mean,
Well, that's what you've always said. Was that a lie?
oh yes, no, it is medical issue. Can't control it.
Can't control it.
Testing
Don't
the
control it.
fence.
All right. You got anything else?
No, I think
Last word?
we've
No?
said it all.
Said it all.
Oh, Union Loafers
Union
was
That was a great
race.
place.
that was a great place. Still is.
Still is.
Great place.
Yeah, love you.
All
We
right.
were up for an Emmy for the Union Loafers episode. That was a gorgeous episode. The guy who shot that, he was a film director.
Yeah.
Remember, he only came in for that
Yeah, I
one
remember
episode. It was like cinema. You
Beautiful.
should go check it out online. bctv.com.
bctv.com.
Look for the Three Lords Eating Sandwiches Union Loafers. My beard looked phenomenal on that
Did it?
episode.
Yeah.
That was the episode we talked about. You asked the question of whether or not somewhere in the world the song Bop by Hanson is playing at any given
That's
moment.
my friend Ian's question.
That was the podcast that you brought that up
Okay.
on.
Boom, boom.
And I still ask, is somebody in the world at any moment listening to the song Bop
I
somewhere
heard it
in the
on a
world?
wrestling show the other day.
Yeah, but
Well,
at
there you
any
go.
moment.
What would you think?
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know.
He thinks yes.
Why that song?
Because it was
I
so
don't know.
popular.
Maybe the twist. Isn't the twist the number one
Is
most
it?
popular song?
Do you think
ever?
there is a song currently, even a popular song that's current? I would think that is a no-brainer. Somewhere in the world, somebody is listening to
Piano
it at
Man.
every moment of every day.
I feel like Piano Man gets played a lot. And that may just be in my car because I have it just on the Billy Joel channel.
Oh,
So
New
it
York,
comes up.
probably.
What is there? 8 billion people in the world now?
8 billion, yeah. roughly.
Yeah.
is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
A
it.
lot of people.
So,
Do you know that
Everybody
there?
would
But you know
just
how many
have-
Facebook active accounts there are? 3 billion. 3 billion active accounts on
Yeah.
Facebook. Now, you could have a company that can have an active account, so it's not just compared to the 8 billion
you know,
individuals.
that means that basically 3 out of every 8 people in the world
33%
are either
roughly.
Chinese or Indian. So somebody in this room is not telling us something.
Yep, I'm Chinese.
Is that it?
I'm not
no.
Chinese in terms of I'm not from there, but I've eaten a lot of
you know,
Chinese
it's
food.
so- Lucky-
If
I don't know
eating
if that
Chinese
counts.
food can make you
Lucky-
American
Chinese,
Chinese
Jen.
food.
my
Let's make that
father
clear.
is
Yeah.
clearly.
Lucky Jen.
Lucky
Because she happens to be in a room, and Stephen, with 4 Jews, which is hardly
During the
ever
high
happens.
holidays. Well, we
that's true.
almost
Well,
went an
They're
went an
so few
episode.
Jews.
We
You're
almost
half,
went an
but
episode
half.
without
You're good.
That's
mentioning
the good half.
Judaism.
Gives me
never,
credit.
never mind.
that's his
Anyway,
half.
Staff.
maybe
We
it's
count them.
Stephen who's Chinese.
Anyway, we've belabored this too long. I know you're not
That's it.
watching
Goodbye.
anymore. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Saga.